Hello, Flosstube. Today, Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches here, and today is September 13th, Saturday, September 13th, 2025. It's a little bit late. It's a long story, but fingers crossed. We're hoping for good news about the home sale. I don't want to jinx it by talking about it, but hopefully we're sort of at an end of this house selling journey. And anyway, so it's been a long day. We had home inspection and all that today, and so our schedule got kind of upended because of that. So I'm doing my update now at 7 o'clock, and we're going to be doing our Three Sisters video afterward at 8. So I don't have a whole lot of time. I just have a few things to get through, and then we'll see from there. So I do have good news. I have 2 finishes, and I will be starting on my new starts for this month, for September. So I think I talked last week about my sort of semi-finished August cross-stitch camp thing, as well as my August WIPGO stuff. I did my 7 days on my 2 August projects, and my new starts on my August projects. So it's all September now, and so the first thing I had, 7 days for my WIPGO WIP goals, and I had started on Deep Waters, this one here, by Sweet Wing Studio, and when I worked on this last, I had done like part of the top border. I'd done all the animals basically except for their facial features, and I think I had done all the words, and so I was just doing more details and stuff. So last week I had finished this border here. There's like a white in between these color stitches. I don't know if it shows up here, but there's white in between those red and green blocks. And then I put the waves in between the words and everything. And there's also some like bubbles. I don't know if I can show it here. Like on this fish, by this fish, there's a bubble, a gray sort of bubble thing. So those bubbles are here and there throughout this pattern. I did the spout on the whale, and I did the eyes and mouths on the whale, and this octopus, and this crab, and then I did the eyes and these little, I don't know, cheeks, whatever, on the 2 fish there. So, and the this box around the quote, the thing, and this pink behind the crab, as well as his little cheeks. His cheeks are the same color as this box around the quote, and then this is the lighter color here. Well, when I first stitched it, I got mixed up, and because the fish had these little squares, the little tiny pink squares for their cheeks, and that is this lighter color here behind the crab. The color that's around this box is the pink of the crab's cheeks, and I had gotten them backwards. I was so proud of myself because I had done this big box, but it was all in this color of thread. And I thought, well, do I just switch the colors, and is it going to be okay? Does it make that much difference? And I decided, yeah, I do want to change it, because like I said, the cheeks on this crab are supposed to be this darker pink color, and I wanted them to be right. And so I just redid the whole thing. So I spent a lot of time frogging all this, like lighter, it was this, you know, this lighter color. I frogged it all out and I redid it with the right color and the correct color here too. So that took me a little bit longer. If it wasn't for that, I would have finished like a day or sooner or so. But so I hit the 7 days and I was very close to finishing, supposedly, except for that big mistake. And so I did about 10 days on this stitch, but I finished it. And this is 28 count Lugana that I dyed myself. And it's a little bit busy when it down here, but I think the waves still look good, stand out, and all that. Now, there are actually several counting mistakes. The octopus is like too high or whatever. The whale is, everything's like off one here, off one there, whatever. But apart from like some minor fudging, like up here in the spout, I like added a stitch here, and there's one stitch that's kind of off by itself because it's like half of a square off, you know. It's supposed to be, because this is 2/2, it's supposed to be here and it's here or something like that, you know. And then, like I said, the octopus, there's a mistake right here because it's up one too high or too low or something. And so I, when I was stitching this little wavy thing, one of these, I had to just like, I just fudged it, and you know, because it's just a wave, it's not a crucial thing. So here and there, I did little adjustments of a square or two, whatever, so that things that are not supposed to be touching are not touching or whatever. And you know, you can't tell because it's not anything crucial, you know, but it is finished. I did this, I added this little border on the bottom too. I did that because that had not been done yet. But so yeah, so it's very done. Deep Waters by Sweet Wing Studio. So that is done. That was one of my WIPGO calls for September. My number, I don't know what, 18, yeah. Oh, and I have a bingo on my WIPGO board. My WIPGO is all scribbled on. But this right here is September, so this is my bingo. It's right here. Yeah. And yeah, this is all scribbled on because I went through, I had not put like the designers' names on there, and so I was kind of like, who designed this one? And you know, and so the ones I knew off the top of my head are the ones that were questionable. I wrote those down. Yeah. Anyway, so my other WIPGO, number 14, the WIP was 7 Pines, which was a freebie by Little House Needleworks. It's kind of like very light, you know, printing on here, but so it's a little hard to see. But this is from 2013. I don't remember when I found it. I think I found it on their website or something. You know, it's just, like I said, a freebie from 2013, and I thought it was really cute, so I printed it. And when I decided to stitch it, I got this. This is Oak Bristol by Hobby Lobby, by Artiste, the Artiste brand at Hobby Lobby. But it's 46 count, so it's very small. So there's like the tiny little thing. So I stitched this 1/2. It's all DMC colors, and there is a little mistake in there somewhere because it's, you know, it's tiny. It's very tiny, but it matches up. The border around the things match up, and there's one place where I connected these 2 pine trees, and there's supposed to be a space in between them because I just got carried away and just went whoop. But yeah, so I finished it the other night. I did about, I want to say only about 3 days worth of stitching to finish this. But I finished it last night, the crack of dawn. I was up late stitching, but yeah, so this one, Seven Pines, is also finished. So I have two finishes with this month's WIPs. So I also have two new starts for this month. I have a new start for each block. Um, so last month, one of my new starts was the Blue Flower, this Mary Menagerie that she came out with last December of 2024. Um, it was part of the Jingle Ball, you know, or, well, she was, I don't know if it was, I don't think it was exclusive. Maybe it was, I don't know, but it was sold at the Jingle Ball last year, and that's where I bought it. And it comes with the 3 designs. And so last month, August, was Killdeer was the new start, and I did just the brown part of this middle bird's body. And so this month, as luck would have it, this axolotle, if you can see that there, came up for this month, my new start. So the Killdeer is on this 32 count Murano Carré and in fleur. These little flowers are like painted or inked on. They don't go, they're not like woven into the fabric. But the Killdeer, excuse me, the Killdeer is on this same fabric. And so I'm going to do the axolotl and this, there's a third design, this blue penguin. So I'm going to do all 3 of them on this fabric. So the Killdeer, I already cut the fabric for it. And this is, one of them is like 4.5 by 5 and the other is 4 by 5. So they'll both fit on here. So they'll be matching. So I haven't started it yet, but that's that's my next project is the axolotl. I'm probably going to start it today. I don't know. And then my other new start is, I talked about this before, is Holiday Stroll by Teresa Kogut. And this is 184 by 115, the size of this design. And so I've written somewhere, oh here, on the, oops, sorry, on the bottom of this, I've written what the measurements would be. For 28 count, it's 15 by 10. For 32 count, it's 13.5 by 9. So I haven't looked at my fabric stash yet. I'm gonna do that tonight probably, to see if I've got a piece of fabric that'll work for that. This is fairly neutral. I don't know what the what exactly was used for that, so I don't have it off the top of my head. I love Teresa Kogut's art. Model was stitched on 40 count, 1/2 on 40 count Salt Bush by Fox and Rabbit. I won't be stitching it on 40 count. We'll see. I'm probably going to be doing either 28 or 32 because that's mostly what I have in my stash. So I'm going to see though if I've got some color. Like I said, I don't really stitch on white, so I'm going to have to look and see what I've got available that is the right size for that. I know I have some really big pieces of fabric, but I don't want to, I hesitate to use those because I keep thinking, well, maybe I'll, have something bigger to use it on. I don't know that that'll ever happen. Apart from like doing something like a long dog sampler design, I'm probably not going to need a gigantic piece of fabric. So one I'm thinking of, I might use for this, and it's a 28 count So it would, you know, it would be kind of big. This is a 40 count. Um, so if I can find a piece with 32 count that I could use, I might do that. But it's probably going to end up being 28 count, which means it'll be like 15 by 10 finished size. That's like allowing for a little bit of border for finishing. I mean, allowance for finishing, but yeah. But I don't want something that'll, that's too busy that'll interfere with those colors in there. Because it's, there's sort of a greenish color, I guess, on these leaves. And then there's the red of the flowers and his coat, and, so there's all kinds of shades in there. And something, but I want something also that'll, that this white will come, pop out on. And these are all DMC colors on this. So anyway, this is my other new start that's for this month. And then I don't have anything, have it with me here now, but I think I want to start either one of these crochet projects that I've sort of been drawn to lately, or I have a couple of punch needle projects, and so I might do that if I'm feeling brave. But anyway, so that is what I'm going to be doing this month. So I have basically 2 weeks left of September to do those 2 new starts. And actually, I might do a little bit of the new starts from last month, from August, because I just put one line of stitching, or a little bit of stitching on this one on the Killdeer. I just did the tummy of the one bird in this group, and I'd like to do a little bit more but before I start the axolotl. But I really want to start the axolotl, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I think that's all, and I just want to get this. This update is not even 30 minutes long, but I want to just get it over with, because, like I said, we're going to be doing our Three Sisters update soon, in about, 30 minutes or so, and I'm just really tired from, it's been a long day today. So anyway, that is what I'm doing. I have, like I said, 2 new finishes and probably 2 starts. Maybe I can do like a week on one and a week on the other, and see how far I can get on them. On the axolotl, it's not very big. It's I have it written down. If I do it on this 32 count, like I'm planning on doing, it'll be 4.5 by 5. I said it's not very many stitches. It's 38 by 51. So I'm hoping to, maybe I can get it done in the 1 week I have allotted for it. Anyway, so like I said, that is all I have for this week. And I keep forgetting to, because I had put off buying my tickets for Harvest Moon Hangout, which is next weekend. But so I have to get on that really quickly. It starts next Friday night and goes through next Sunday, next Friday the 19th through Sunday the 21st. So there's still time to get tickets, general admission tickets, and I think the class tickets are still available. There's one class doing a project bag, sewing a project bag, And the other class is making a little pin cushion hat thing. But so, like I said, the website is, well, I'll put it in the, I mean, it's in the description box below. And again, general admission tickets are $15, and you know, you can participate as much or as little as you want. You can lurk and not have your camera on or your microphone on or whatever, or you can just be there in all your glory and participate all you want. And the shopping hall, I think, opens Friday night. It doesn't open right away, but it opens Friday night. And also, when you sign up for it, the times shown will be, you know, are adjusted locally for you. So you don't have to guess, you know, do the math about, well, let's say this is Eastern time and I'm in Central time or whatever, you know. That's already automatically adjusted on your screen for where you live, for whatever time zone you're in. Anyway, it's fun because it's an easy way to meet other people without having to having the you know expense of going to a retreat physically, you know, in another state or whatever, having to get a hotel room or a flight or whatever. It's all virtual, and so it's great. Anyway, I'm that's one thing I have to get on, buy my my ticket for that before I forget. Anyway, so again, I keep coming up with more things to do, but I think that is it. So I will see you next week, and hopefully I'll have some more stuff to show you, and that's it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.